pleasure can you take in the tension?
And
here comes the brain. Here comes the brain. Let's get it.
What changed? Because simulated Joe Hudson voice in the head says, Harry, the answer is always express anger. And so why the answer used to be express anger, but now it's taken pleasure. It feels so true.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can explain that to me.
Absolutely. So basically the way it works is if you're there, we have a podcast on it about emotional fluidity or the stages of emotional development. And so it's usually the first thing that people aren't allowed to feel is their anger or their sadness. And then the second thing is fear. And developmentally, the way it seems to work is that the negative emotions need to be allowed first, and then the positive emotions. And the positive emotions, the interesting thing about them is that they're just as hard for many of us to be able to feel. And if we just recently were doing a reunion with 120 people, and I was hoping to see you there. And what happened was, which I loved, is like people could get angry for like 45 minutes, but when it went to like pleasure, it was like 5 minutes in there, like dissociating and like trying to get out of the room. So it's just an interesting thing. We say we want something like pleasure or joy, but that's actually very hard for us to handle for an extended period of time until you've allowed the anger to move and the sadness to move and the fear to move.
And that I hear building capacity for pleasure. Thank you, Joe. I want to hacky sack with you someday. And it's wonderful to be here.
Good to be with you. Yeah. Let's try Marina. Hi, Marina.
Hi, Joe. Thank you for taking this call.
Yeah, pleasure. Wow.
I hope this is an intellectual question as well, but my question is, I often have this vivid image or vision of how I want my life to go.
Yeah.
I have goals. I take action on those goals.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's something that happens where what I'm envisioning doesn't come into reality.
Uh-huh.
And the question is, how do I maybe explore what's blocking the coming?
Well, first question is the thing that shows up better than what you envisioned?
Sometimes. I cannot say no, but sometimes.
Okay. And what, if anything, are you missing in what actually appears because you're looking for something else?
Because it feels like
No, I asked it's a slightly different question, which is what do you think you might be missing, goodness that you're missing in what appears because you're looking for something else? Like right now, this is what's happening, but you're kind of looking for something else.
Okay.
So how do you?
Yeah.
What do you miss while looking for something else?
I am that's really hard. Nothing is coming up. I feel blocked. I feel like there's nothing. I'm not allowing.
Yeah. Okay. So just to make sure, is the question how do I get unblocked? Is the question what's the actual question now that that's been seen?
Feels like trust in receiving.
Yeah. So how do you do trust in receiving? That's an easy one. That's great. Right now, what is it to receive? Not from me, not from the group, but just like right now, you could receive gravity or you could receive the aliveness that you've been given or
receive.
No, I mean right now, what is it like? Like do it for me.
Receive it.
Mm-hmm. Do it for me. Yeah.
I get nervous and a little stressed, but also very happy and joyous.
Yeah. So very similar to what we were talking about with Harry. as far as so the pleasure or whatever comes in, and then that creates an anxiety in the system. So if you haven't and you can't
A todo te quedaba bien, no sé por qué te cambió.
is there a way if we can automatically mute everybody?
Mi amor, relájate.
It'll mute you too.
Los otros zapatos camaretes también se quedan movidos, porque pegan con el azul.
A moment.
Ese se quedaba bien, los. Ese está más
You're
casual, así más.
unmuted. Can you please mute yourself?
Thanks.
No entiendo por qué te borraba como.
Sorry, Joe. I'm
It's
trying
okay.
to find that button.
All right, no problem. Yeah, so the first thing I would do is just actually practice receiving like that for 5 minutes, 2, 3, 4 times a day. That would be the easiest thing that you can do, because if you can't receive just the moment, if you can't receive the gift of being alive right now, it's probably pretty hard to receive it in the rest of your life. So that would be one thing. It also is a really good thing because it teaches you that the thing that you want can be received right now. You don't have to like be good enough for it. So it's a really nice, like, gentle practice. So that would be my intellectual answer to your intellectual question. Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a lot more if we were doing a session, but that's a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Igor or Igor? I don't know which. How do you?
Igor.
Igor. Nice to meet you.
Oh, we've met before. I've done Masterclass last year.
Yeah. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
Oh, wow. It looks like you've changed a little bit since then.
Maybe I just shaved.
Yeah.
I would be curious what you mean.
Say again.
What would be curious what you mean I changed?
Oh, you just your face looks different. Like, I don't know whether I don't know if you've lost a beard or you have more facial hair, or if like you've just actually moved a lot more emotion, but you definitely look different.
That's possible.
Okay. Cool.
So, intellectual question I want to ask is, can you summarize what you're teaching in a brief way?
Yeah, there's 100 ways to do it. The way I would want to do it right now is teaching people how to love themselves unconditionally. The other way would be for people to be able to see themselves for who they actually are.
Is there any way to put in more sciencey approach to it, like psychology, neuroscience?
Yeah,
Because I'm struggling to combine the two.
Yeah. And well, I'll do it in human development terms. If you look at the work of, say, a Terry O'Fallon or anybody in the later stages of human development, what I'm pretty much is teaching like 5.0 and higher in the stages.
What's human development?
Human development is the science of, so like, if you know Piaget's theory of cognitive development, which is like a little kid, they have a sense of self, they have a sense of time, and they have a sense of context. And what happens is, as you mature, you get those senses become bigger and bigger and bigger. So when you have a little kid, they can't really think about the world 3 months in advance. They can only be excited about their birthday if it's in the next week or so. When you say, what do you want for Christmas? They say G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip. And you say, what does your mom want? She wants G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip. And then as you grow, this sense of time, the sense of self expands. I am my nation. I am humanity. I am the ecosystem. And you act with that level of morality because you see yourself as such. I wouldn't hurt my family. I wouldn't hurt my tribe. I wouldn't hurt the nation. I wouldn't hurt the environment. And so that sense of self expands. At some point, it expands to a place of universalness where you see yourself as everything, which is basically what people have been teaching for thousands of years. Some people, there's lots of ways in which people talk about it, but any religious tradition, there's some segment that's teaching this. But in human development terms, that's what it would be. And so there's a lot of science about. So the other way to look at it is like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and then there's that like top part of the pyramid. Most of the research in human development has been in that top part of the pyramid for the last 3 decades.
Can you drop the name in the chat? Because somebody else, because
Terry O'Fallon, Stages. You can there's lots of versions of it that people are playing with. Spiral Dynamics is another one. And then there's another woman whose name escapes me, who's probably been doing it the longest and has the most research. But Terry O'Fallon Stages.
Piaget?
Piaget is the cognitive psychologist from like the what is it, like 50s, 60s, 70s maybe. And he did the early stages. He did like the first stages of cognitive development. Most of the work is in the secondary stages.
Okay.
So that would be one lens to look at what I'm doing it through. But if you look at the like we have a week-long in-person course that's off menu, and the people who have been through that course, we study the before and after. So we study where they are before, and we study what happens 3 months after the course is finished. And we had a researcher from Harvard and a researcher from Columbia do the research on it. And what we find is basically close to a standard deviation reduction in neuroses, negative self-talk, increase in what's described as thriving in modern psychological terms, an increase in awe and increase in openness by almost a standard deviation, decrease in negative self-talk. So that's another way to look at what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm curious about tying it to like modern psychology. So
yeah, we also have like a whole bunch of like a lot of what I teach. We have like studies that show what that is. If you put your name to Sarah, I can send you some of the science behind a lot of the stuff that we do.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So helping Sarah and Circle also.
Cool. Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Jill, we're about 20 minutes into the call now.
Okay, I'll do one more, which is that really Dewdrop? Hi. Hi, Dewdrop.
Hello.
Hi. Are you in where are you located right now? Are you in what country?
I am from Maldives, but at the moment I am in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
All right. Cool. Never been to the Maldives. Nice to meet you. What's going on?
Nice to meet you. So I'm on a mission to make 6 figures, 100,000, and I feel that I cannot do the work that is required. So I feel sometimes I cannot focus. Sometimes I feel that I am on the wrong mission. Sometimes I feel like a small rejection. Let's say I send a message to somebody and that person says a simple no. And then I'm being affected by this no to the level where I will just beg myself and I will stop doing the things. For example, I was doing my YouTube channel and
So I gotcha, but what's the question?
oh, I'm just my question is how do I get out of this and keep on being very focused on this mission of making the $100,000?
What I've noticed is people who have a mission for money rarely succeed in their mission. I notice is that people who have a mission and money is required in that mission often succeed in the money. Meaning, I don't care if this mission is to be the best or to dominate your competitor or to save children or to make a better planet. But what I notice is that I had a girlfriend who used to play tennis in college, and the tennis coach put like a basket out for her to hit, and she hit the basket. She was good. She hit that basket 2 out of 5 times. And they took the basket away and he put the quarter down in the middle of where the basket was and said, serve and hit the quarter. And she didn't hit the quarter once, but she would have hit the basket every single time. And you're making money the basket. What's your quarter? What's your coin in the middle of the basket? I'm not asking the question. I'm giving you the intellectual answer, which is what's the reason you need the money? you clearly don't need the money. Here you are, you're alive, you're on this call,
Yes.
you have plants, you have a great name, you have beautiful art behind you.
Yes.
So, but what's the thing that you're actually looking for? And if it's looking for safety and security, it's probably not going to work. If it's something else, that's where you focus, not on the money.
Yeah, so at the moment, my focus is on my son's undergraduate degree. So I sent him, last year I made a mission that I'm going to fund him myself because I don't want to go for like loan, bank loan.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids, I got divorced,
Mm.
and that was mission to send him to college without a loan.
Gotcha. Hey, Sarah, there's this thing that's happening, which is just like everybody who it tries to get in or whatever covers the face of the person. We've never had this happen because I guess there's so many people. I don't know if that just something to note for the future so that because I keep on having the people's faces covered by
I got
people
it.
trying to admit whatever.
Okay.
So great. So that would be the main thing is I would focus on that. And then as far as the money stuff goes, I would really take a look at the thoughts that you have behind money and the feelings you have around money. So typically somebody who's having a hard time getting money and who has been educated and has the intelligence and the capacity to do it, one of the issues is that maybe their parents cared more about money than them, or they got a story that money was an evil thing that was bad for them, or that money made people do stuff that hurt them. And so they have this story around money that it's bad. And so on one level they want it, and on some level they don't want it. And so they're kind of doing this with money. They're pushing and pulling. So I would really look at the stories that you have around money. That would be a really big thing to do. And then the other thing to do intellectually is to look at the emotional pattern behind money. Like, so for instance, right now, your pattern is, I want it, but I have to do something for it, and I can't quite get it. Does that remind you maybe of your father's love or your mother's love, or does it remind you of some relationship that you had? So I would look at the emotional cycle that you're living with money. I want it, I can't have it, I'm frustrated. I would mark that down and see where that emotional cycle came from, what you're projecting onto money. Those would be the places I would go. And then the last thing I would do is I would every day with somebody, I would have a gratitude practice around financial stuff. I'm grateful that I have enough food today. I'm grateful that I can buy clothes. I'm grateful that I can send my kid to the school and I would constantly show gratitude because that changes your self-definition from the person who doesn't have to the person who does have. And changing that self-definition changes your behavior. So that's what we do. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, great name. Love it. Yeah.
Okay, so next we're going to move into the coaching portion of the call.
Oof.
I am going to go ahead and lower everyone's hands, and I'm going to ask that you keep them lowered for the time being while I go ahead and let you know how this portion of the call is going to work.
Hey, Sarah, can we do a favor and can we just not let anybody else in the room so I stop getting those messages?
Already locked. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got it. Okay, so for those of you who have been with us on these calls before, we're going to try something just slightly different today. What we're going to do is invite anyone who would like, and please don't raise your hand, don't start chatting until I finish talking. I will let you know when to go. If you would like to volunteer for a coaching session today, I'm going to ask that when I say go, you raise your virtual hand. If anyone here is not sure how to raise their virtual hand, down at the bottom of your Zoom screen, you have a react button. If you click on that button, a little pop-up comes up, and there's a big button right at the bottom of that that says raise hand. So that's how you're going to raise your hand. I'm also going to ask that you go ahead and put into the chat in about 1 to 3 words your question topic, not the question itself, but the topic of the question. Okay. And we have a couple eager beavers here. As I said, everybody, I'm going to lower your hands. I'll let you know where to go. I'm lowering the hands. I'm going to hold a loving boundary here with the hands. All right. Does anybody have a question about how this is going to work? You can go ahead and unmute if you have a question about how this is going to work. Okay, beautiful. Then now you may go ahead, raise your virtual hands and put the topic of your question, not the question itself, but the topic of your question into the chat. I see a lot of messages in the chat popping up here. Fantastic. While everyone is doing that, a couple of things that a lot of you are sending me DMs and I'm not able to keep up with them. So if you have a question for me, you can email me at sarah@artofaccomplishment.com. However, I will not be able to keep up with all the questions coming to me in the chat. As we move into the rapid coaching portion of the call, there are a couple of ways that we hold this container that I want to make really clear with everyone. The first one is that if you do want to be coached by Joe, please make sure you have your camera on. Nicola, it looks like you've got your hand up, but I don't see your camera on there. Joe does need to be able to see you. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. And please leave your camera on while you're waiting to see if you're able to get a turn. During the rapid coaching portion of the call, we ask that the chat stays quiet, and there's a couple of reasons for this. One is that it is incredibly distracting for Joe, for the participant, for the other people on the call to have the chat going off. The other is that oftentimes the chat can act as a really lovely way to kind of dissociate from what might be a coaching session that hits a little bit close to home for you. So if you notice that urge to dip into the chat, to pick up your cell phone and scroll, to do anything that's kind of taking you out of the experience, the thing that we ask is just kind of sit with it. You can approach it with a little bit of gentle curiosity, but please do not hop into the chat. Now, that being said, the coaching sessions can be intense, and the people who volunteer for these are really doing all of us a favor, because every single coaching session, I learn something from all of you. So what I do love to see is in between those sessions for the chat to just like bloom with love and appreciation for the person who's just gone is absolutely fantastic. So I highly encourage in between the chats, if something really hits you, you have a moment of recognition or an insight or just a note of appreciation, please do put that in the chat for them. All right, Joe, did I miss anything? I've lost you again. All those hands.
Oh yeah, I'm here. If I put my hand up, I'll just be at the bottom, so I don't know how to do that.
It might take me a minute to find you.
I'm past page 5. I'm pretty confident because, yeah, goodness. Let's see.
This is our vulnerable edge. How many Zoom screens before I hit my vulnerable edge?
Yeah, goodness. Let's see. Let's start if you can you find me?
I have found you, yes, but I
Okay.
need to pin your participant first.
Okay, let's do Charles Renaud. He's on the first screen. He has a question about entrepreneurship.
Okay, let me see. Charles, can you unmute and start speaking? That will help me find you.
Hello, if you can find me.
There you are. Yes, beautiful. Thanks so much.
All right, awesome. There we go.
Hey, Charles. How's it going, man?
How are you? I can't see Joe, though.
It's
Sarah.
gonna take me just a moment to scroll.
That's fine. Okay, I just want.
Yeah, I'm coming though.
There we go. Awesome. Crazy. I'm here.
Nice to meet
Watch so many of these. Awesome.
Good.
Okay, so the question is, I wrote it down to be more precise.
Yeah.
But it's basically jumping into entrepreneurship. It's been something I've wanted to do for a long time, but there's definitely a lot that's there with the story. And I stopped myself from actually begin. And the
Charles,
question,
I'm sorry, man. I'm having a hard time hearing you. You have like
sound?
Yeah, the sound is pretty brutal. I think it'd be better if it was your computer mic instead of this is like a
sorry.
It's all right.
Is it better like this?
No.
This is a better by chance?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay, so the question that I wrote
Nope,
down.
I'm sorry, I'm so wrong. It's still bad.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
if I move closer, it's better.
I want to come back to you, but I gotta hear the intonation of the voice to be able to do the work, and it's hard with
Okay,
this
I'll move
discussion.
outside and we can come back.
Okay, I'll come back to you, and I'll pick somebody else for now. I'm just looking at the questions here. Aida Sencheva? Do I have that right?
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you, can't see you, but I'm sure Sarah's working on it.
Okay. Just wait for Sarah there.
There you go. Fantastic. Hi.
Sorry, I can't see you now, actually.
It's
You
happening.
disappeared.
It's happening. Where are you located?
London.
London. Ah, fantastic.
Hmm.
Nice. Ah, there you are.
Amazing.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. I'm a bit nervous, so I hope I'm not going to suffer. But yes.
You hope you're not going to suffer? Is that what you said?
No. I hope I'm not going to just like not say the words properly. I'm just a little bit nervous.
Okay, let's find out.
Yeah. So my question is, I've always struggled financially and particularly in career-wise. I'm in a current like dilemma where I don't know what to do for my career. And I did try to change my career as well, but it just didn't work out. I feel like I'm just stopping myself, but I don't really know how it's happening and what's happening in my head.
So what's the question?
The question is, how do I guess, get out of my head and help myself to find the career that I actually enjoy doing and continue doing, I guess.
Great. So
'cause
you
currently I
said,
feel like
so are you not working right now?
so I'm working, but my work is going to finish in about 2 weeks' time, and so I'm going to be unemployed afterwards.
What makes it that you'll be unemployed after your work is finished?
Because currently I don't have any job lineups yet. I'm looking for jobs, but I haven't found anything
So
interesting.
are you a gig worker? Is it a gig worker, or is like you're getting fired or you quit or what?
So I work through the agency. I'm a school teacher, and whenever they need a school teacher, that's when they hire someone. But if they don't need someone, then they just like fire someone essentially.
I see. And what made you be a school teacher?
First of all, I teach maths, and I love maths. Number one, obviously.
Okay. So wait, no, you just told me you don't know what you love to do. You don't know your career, but you love math. I don't understand. What am I missing?
Let me actually rephrase. I used to love maths, but I don't love it anymore. So
That's not what you said, though.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking, but that's not what actually came out. What came out is I love maths. Doesn't mean you don't love some other aspect of your job might suck, but that's not what just happened. So I'm a little bit confused. Like what I saw was I love maths, and then I called you out on it, and then you said you like kind of went up into your head, thought about it, and you're like, no, actually, I like it. So what's happened? Like, tell me what's happening there specifically. Like, what's going down?
I don't believe that I'm good at maths at all. Actually,
Well, what does that matter?
I feel like you have to be good at things to be good. Generally, at your career, for instance.
Oh, how many therapists do you think are good? How many CPAs do you think are good? How many, like, and also, what is good? What are we talking about here? How good do you have to be? Do you have to be as good of a therapist as like the best therapist to do therapy? Because then there'd be like one therapist in the whole world.
I see your point.
So how good at math? How good at math do you have to be to have a career in math?
I feel like you have to know university level maths really well.
Okay, and how well do you know university level math? I'm sorry, maths is hard for me because in America it's math and it's not plural. So I'm going to blow this a whole bunch of times. But how good do you have to be at maths?
I mean, university level is pretty good, but I've finished university with maths,
Okay.
but I don't remember
Wait,
anything about.
so you're good enough. Now you're telling me you're good enough. Before you weren't good enough. How? What?
No. Sorry, I'm saying that I'm actually not really good with university level maths, despite the fact that I finished uni in maths.
Okay.
Don't think I'm good in any way.
So what was your grade point average?
Don't know what that means. I can give you like a UK qualification what it is.
I like. Did you just get by in university, or did you like what in our world you'd get a grade and it would be A, B, C or something? But what's your world like? How do you know how well you did in university?
So in UK it works like I've got 2-2. So you've got you fail, you get 2-2, you get 2-1, and then you get first.
Okay.
So it's like I'm there scrapped.
You say that last part again?
I barely like scrapped, I think, for
Give me
like
percentages.
for, like,
Since we're talking maths, what percentage of like how many people did worse than you? How many people did better than you?
I don't know how many people did worse. But my percentage out of 100, I think it would be like 57%.
Is that curved? Like 57 is that compared to other people? Or is that just
57 is I think is if you look at the certificate and first, which is like 100%.
I see.
Like
Okay.
you've done really, really well.
I got you.
57 is where essentially, yeah.
I got you. So university level maths, that means you could do accounting easily. That means you could teach high school easily and be plenty good enough at it. It means you could teach junior college just fine. In America, you could teach junior college. So there's all sorts of maths ways, assuming that your capacity at math isn't just limited by your negative self-talk and your anxiety, which I would question heavily. But besides that, there's all sorts of ways you can make a living at maths. But if you could make a living at math, so let's go into the meat of it. If you could make a living at math and you weren't beating yourself up for not being good enough, how much more enjoyable would it be?
Definitely much more enjoyable. I mean, there's the pressure is going to be relieved 100%.
Yeah, and if you didn't feel that pressure while you were in university, what do you think your score would have been?
I think it would probably definitely higher than that because I was really stressed and anxious, I think.
Yeah. So is the issue that you don't know what you want and you don't love maths, or is the issue that everything you do, you put pressure on yourself and it fucking destroys it? It ruins it. It makes it shitty.
Thing is the second one. Thing is the pressure.
Okay. Yeah. So right now, how are you putting pressure on yourself? Right now, in this moment?
Well, I feel like in my head, I keep saying to myself that I feel like maybe I don't understand your questions properly, or maybe I'm just overthinking stuff that you're saying. So that's what's going on in my head.
Perfect. Yeah. So let's just assume you know everything that's coming out of my mouth. And if you don't, I'm an idiot. Let's assume that for a second. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like a charlatan on a Zoom screen. And you understand perfectly. And right now I see you holding back an emotion. Your mouth is clenching and it's like, what's that thing that's what wants to come out? What's the feeling?
I think it's just anxiety and fear a little bit. I feel tense in my body actually.
Okay. So what if we enjoy that for a minute? Enjoy the tension. Part of maths that you love is that you're solving problems. Yes, am I wrong? So, and in problems there's tension. No, yeah. So let's just look at this the same way you would be in a problem. There's this anxiety, there's this tension. Yeah, I see a relaxation already happening.
Yeah, I can feel already kind of my body's more relaxed. I feel like I'm just letting it be in a way.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah. And I keep on seeing like maybe a little bit of sadness popping through. How am I reading that? Is there like a little I could be completely wrong. I'm just wondering what's happening there.
I think I just, for some reason, I have a random thought coming through my head,
Great.
which
What
is
is that?
might be related. So a couple of years ago,
hold on. I didn't hear it. What's the random thought?
Random thought is a couple of years ago, sorry, hopefully it's not going to be long. I quit my teaching job actually
Yeah.
to start a sewing business. I've got into sewing completely and I fell in love with it. I was head over heels about sewing.
And then wait. Let me guess.
Amazing.
And then you put pressure on yourself somehow around sewing, and sewing became really shitty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's that sadness again too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I always feel
Wait, you're
this, I want
destroying
to do
everything.
something.
You're destroying everything you love with pressure. Like I don't want to move away from that. You find something that you love and then you destroy it with pressure. You destroy it with having to be good enough, with negative self-talk, with needing it to be something instead of enjoying it for what it is. How did you learn how to destroy everything you love with pressure?
Oh, very precious. Very difficult as well. um, I think growing up, I had a very strict mom.
Yep.
Essentially.
Great. Yeah, could have guessed that one. Great. So there we are. You learned that love, everything you love comes with pressure. I love mom. Mom gives me pressure. I love math. Math gives me pressure. I love sewing. Sewing gives me pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. So what did you want to say when your mom gave you pressure? What did you want to do in response to that as a kid? You couldn't do it because you need your mom's love, you need your mom's attention. I get it, but if you go to that place, what is it that you wanted to say?
I guess I think I was really angry generally, and I couldn't really express myself because I wasn't really allowed to express myself. It felt
Perfect.
like it, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Oftentimes, repressed anger is seen as stuckness. Like it's felt as stuckness in the system. Stuck means that I didn't get to express my anger. Yeah. So let's just do this for a second. Just 10 times in a row, say, I get to enjoy myself. Look at
Just
that.
say that.
Just those words. Look what just happened.
Yeah. I wasn't really sure whether this is what I need to do. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah. No confusion. I just saw it like this. So anyway, don't worry about it. Just I get to enjoy myself 10 times.
I get to enjoy myself. 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 And I get to enjoy myself. That felt really good, actually. That felt really, really good.
Yeah. And if you go back and you watch the video, what you'll notice, you say, I get to enjoy myself, and you're trying to get it right. You're counting to 10, you're like trying to do it correctly. And at some point it just cracks. You smile and you're like, oh, actually, I can even enjoy this. This whole thing just unfolded. Yeah.
Yeah, I could feel it as well. I could feel it in my body, and I could feel like me smiling as well. And it was just like, it's like there's pressure released. I was just like actually enjoying it.
Yeah. Right. So now I want you to just imagine saying that to your mom. Is she still alive?
Yep.
Okay, just imagine saying to your mom, right, like going into the house wherever she is, she's about to put pressure on you. You don't have a job. Why did you give up your job? Blah blah blah. Whatever the pressure is that she's going to give to you, and you're just going to respond, I get to enjoy myself.
Doesn't feel right. I feel very tense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what is she? I'm gonna be you. You're gonna be her. right? You're supposed to respond just like your mom responds. Yeah. Hey, mom, I get to enjoy myself.
But how are you going to support yourself?
I enjoy myself.
But it doesn't give you financial stability.
What made you come to America, mom? Or not America, sorry, England. Shoot. Yeah. What made you come to England, mom?
It's to be closer to you.
Yeah. And what made you want me to be in England? Like what was the whole purpose of all of this trying and making money so that we could support ourselves? What's the purpose?
So you don't rely on anyone, and you are just essentially you are supporting yourself. You're not relying on anyone, so there's no need to worry about.
Yeah. And once I get there, what happens? What do I get then?
Financial stability, I guess.
And then once I have financial stability, what do I get then?
Life. You just get life.
Life.
So,
Mom, I've already got that. Just let it sit. You just found it. You just saw the ridiculousness of it. With that understanding, see what it's like to say to your mom. And just imagine and say it out loud. Mom, I get to enjoy myself.
I get to enjoy myself.
Mom, I get to enjoy use the mom word just to.
Mom, I get to enjoy myself. Somehow feels like I have more power. Feel more powerful by just saying this.
By saying it. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing that happens is her worry disempowered you.
I guess the question is, how do I get out of that? I don't know whether it's a mindset or it's like a thought pattern that I go through.
That's an interesting thought. What does your heart have to say about that thought? And your thoughts still. Go to your heart. Yeah. What does your heart have to say to that question? How do I be empowered?
Just listen to myself.
Hey.
And not ignore myself.
Yeah.
However ridiculous it sounds.
How is that ridiculous?
It's just like whatever.
Oh, I see.
However ridiculous the ideas or the thoughts that I have, just listen to them.
Yeah. Yeah. How enjoyable is that?
Quite enjoyable. Feels good.
What a pleasure.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
Of course. What a joy. All right. I'm going to see what else we've got. Charles, you got the sound fixed, man?
It'd be a lot better now in the car.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, move the car on before flashes to get this done. So
great.
Let's run.
Let's see where you are. Like I gotta see if you
somewhere here, Sarah.
Somewhere here.
She could find me through the screen. It's on Zoom.
Maybe.
Still looking for you.
Okay, I'll keep talking.
Is your virtual hand raised?
No, my apologies. That's why.
Yeah, try not talking, and I think that should bubble you up for me.
It is now.
Here we are. I've got you. Okay, and in just a moment, I'll have Joe join you there too.
Okay. Awesome. Great. What is up?
Okay, all right. So like I said, jumping into entrepreneurship, I feel like there's been a lot of struggle in my life with that. Not trusting myself to, there's fear of not being able to provide, because that was my dad's story.
Yeah.
It's breaking, like, it's been.
So what's the question?
The question is how to trust myself again, because I feel like I've done it over and over again, that I don't trust myself to do it. And I can succeed in other people's businesses, but I don't believe in myself to succeed.
So you meaning that you have done multiple entrepreneurship issues, that you've tried multiple businesses and failed, but when you work for other people, you succeed? Is that what you mean?
Exactly. Yes, correct.
How many failures have you had?
I'd say around like 9 to 10 of them.
How long did they last?
It's around like a few months.
So within a few months, you know if you fail or succeed. Yeah, then you're definitely going to fail. There's no business that was built in 2 months.
No, definitely. But it's more so the failure. The definition of failure is like not being able to financially support myself.
That's it. Right. So you've been setting up businesses that are supposed to financially support you in 2 months.
No, okay, no. So, if I wheel it back, because I don't feel like that's the direction of the question. It never got past to. I was never able to build it past a certain point. Like I would hit a plateau with the main one. I started out with different ones. The main one that I want to do.
What's the main one you wanted to do?
Fitness coaching.
Say it again.
Fitness coaching.
Fitness coaching.
Yeah.
You want to be like a physical, like a trainer.
Yeah. Exactly.
And what makes it that you have failed in being a trainer?
Not building the clientele to the level that I would want it to.
How many outreaches did you do?
A lot.
How many? Hundreds?
Yeah. Hundreds a day.
Hundreds a day.
Yeah. A lot of days.
Okay. And somehow or another, that didn't, nobody ever came from that.
It did, but it never worked, if that makes sense. Like it never lasted. They'd come in and they'd go out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. What made you push them away? How did you push them away, and what made you push them away?
Oh, maybe not being able to understand where they were fully, to support them in that way. And then what made me push them away? That was that. And then um, I, how did I push them away? It might have been by being too intense.
So it sounds like what I hear is like you were proving yourself instead of connecting with them. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Cool. Are you doing that with yourself right now? In this session, are you connecting with yourself, or are you trying to push yourself to an answer?
I think push myself to an answer.
Yeah. Well, see what it's like just to connect with yourself.
Feels calmer.
Yeah. Something else happened too. What else happened? Just keep connecting with yourself. Go ahead.
I thought of how to connect with myself.
Yeah. And what, like, there's like almost a smile on your face. So what, don't think, connect with yourself, and let's just see what happens. Just enjoy, connect, whatever. Thinking.
Yeah, I'm trying to go past that.
Yeah, you're trying to get somewhere. Now you're pushing yourself again. Now you're doing it again.
I know. I know it's like if what's
Still
coming.
doing it. Still doing
Yeah,
it.
but
You
what's
can't
coming?
push yourself into not pushing yourself. That's not how it works.
No, exactly. But that's what I've done and tried. I know it hasn't worked because
You're doing it right now.
Yeah.
I don't just right now. Let's not do it. There you go. Who do you want to be with more? This or the person who's pushing?
Oh, this.
Oh, yeah. Apparently your clients also.
Yeah.
So now you just kind of beat yourself up there. What was that? What just went down?
Sort of the realization in that.
Right.
I don't think I ever made that distinction between the two. It was like one, if that makes sense. When
Yeah.
you reach
Yeah.
the connection.
Yeah. So what happens when you let that land? That people actually wanted to be with you. You didn't need to push yourself at all. Now you're thinking again. Now you're trying to get there again.
It can't be that simple. Or
Oh. So let me ask you a question. What happens when somebody is training and they get in their head?
it's not very good.
Yeah. What happens specifically?
You probably get hurt.
How about that?
Yeah.
Was that any different than what just happened to you?
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Where do you go when you're training that keeps you not hurt?
In your body.
Yeah. When you're just being you, connecting to yourself, where are you?
In my body.
And when you're trying to get to the resolution, where are you?
In my head.
So I'm training with you. I keep getting in my head. You're like, dude, get in your body or you're going to hurt yourself. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not that easy. What do you say to me? It can't be that easy. I keep on hurting myself. All I have to do is just be in my body.
In a way, yes.
And what's in a way no? What am I missing?
Well, I guess if they don't know, if they've never done that or they don't know how to do it,
Yeah.
it's like an instruction without how to
Right.
into action.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, I'm just noticing you're like so much more connected in the conversation than you were before.
Yeah.
I want to be with you a bunch more. We could, if there wasn't a whole bunch of hands raised, I would have people raise their hand if they wanted to be with you a bunch more, and most people would raise their hands. Maybe not all of them. Somebody had a dominant father, they didn't like that, or like that. But yeah, here you are. So how do you do a reach out to a potential client like this?
Just embody.
I'm your potential client. Show me.
Yeah, now I'm thinking again.
Yeah. We do reps. This is reps.
Yeah. Well, it'd be something. Well, not it wouldn't be something. But it's just, hey, Joe, I know you've been looking to, achieve X, Y, and Z goal.
Yeah.
What makes you interested in that? It's a lot.
Not only that, it's an open-ended question. You're listening. You're not pushing. You're
Yeah.
letting them come to you. Like all of that just happened naturally. I got this to offer you. I got this to offer you. I'm going to do this. We're going to get you there. None of that shit. It's just like, what makes you interested?
Yeah. The thinking would bring up a lot of pressure or I feel like that's what I was taught and how it had to be.
Yeah.
Never resonated or never sat with me, but it's like, fuck the plan. Fuck your mood, follow the plan kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's be
Didn't
honest,
work.
that fucking work.
Yeah.
That hasn't worked either.
So let's look at your dad for a second. Your dad, you said your dad multiple times tried to be entrepreneurial and it didn't work for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of this is the pattern that he was in? He was pushing instead of connecting.
Yeah. Too far off.
Yeah. So imagine your dad doing exactly his work, but making connection the primary initiative. Whatever I do, I connect.
Yeah.
Where would your dad be today if you had to guess?
A lot more connections and a lot more stability, I would say. A lot less struggle.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're trying to prove yourself, you're agreeing to the fact that you're not valuable.
Yeah.
Then other people agree with you. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you moved to the car. That was it was lovely to be with you.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Ooh. Where are we going now? Raja Ram on burnout.
Yeah, Joe.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. First of all, a huge fan for your smile.
Oh, I'm glad that you're digging the work.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can't see you. Maybe Sarah is sitting.
She's getting us there. There we go.
Hey, hi, Joe. So currently, my question is basically, I got burned out almost like 3 to 4 times in life.
I'm sorry, say again.
I got burned out 3 to 4 times by this time in my life.
Yeah.
And this time it's like I had quit my job. It's almost like 6 months.
Okay.
Um,
Is your
so it
job
was a tough day.
is your job behind a computer like engineering or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So I'm an AI engineer basically.
A what engineer?
AI engineer,
Okay.
artificial intelligence.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So I understand that majority of this burnout came because of I proving myself
Yeah.
to an authoritative figure.
Yeah.
Um, so whenever it is a male manager, you can see this kind of happen
Yeah.
that
So then what's the question? If you know that you're burning out because you're trying to prove yourself and you're putting too much pressure on yourself and then you're under constant attack and your adrenals get fatigued and you burn out, what's the question?
yeah. Why exactly I'm trying to prove them and I'm not able to trust myself.
Yeah.
So in one of the
That's enough. That's a good one. What makes it that you can't what makes it that you're trying to prove yourself to them? So let me ask this question. How many of those bosses did you feel were better than you? And how many of those bosses did you feel like you were better than them?
it's like my answer is basically I always tell them they have a more power than me.
Not power, better. Like they're a better human being or you're a better human being.
I feel they are better.
You felt like they're a better human being.
Uh, so when you say better, maybe when it comes to emotional aspects and those all, I feel they are close and rigid, and I need to win.
Okay. So on one level you feel like they're better. On one level you feel like you're better.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what if you couldn't feel one was better or one was worse? And neither you nor them were better or worse. What would change, if anything?
Maybe I feel that there's no gain and purposeness, meaning to it. Something like that.
You feel like there was no game? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. What's the game?
To be seen.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Look at you. So is that the game we're playing right now? What makes it not the game we're playing?
Maybe I have. I want to be seen.
Cool. Awesome. I see that you've done a lot of interest.
Yeah.
I see that you're incredibly smart. I see that you I see that you're incredibly smart. I thought you said you wanted to be seen. Let Matt in. Yeah. Yeah.
All the time I was
Hold
like,
on a second. Hold on a second. We're almost there. What seen you? You're not letting yourself be seen, but yet the game is to be seen. I see that you're introspective,
yeah.
that you've done a lot of self-work. So how much did you let that in?
It's just superficial. I'm able to
Yeah,
like feel it.
that's right. The game is I want to be seen, but I'm not going to let you see me. I'm not going to feel it if you see me.
You get, yeah.
Right. So you're playing a game you can't win with a boss. No wonder you burn out.
Yeah.
The boss gives you a compliment. You don't let it in. What do you think are the chances that your boss wants to give you another compliment?
Maybe near to zero.
Yeah, especially after the 10th one or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can be like, see, he doesn't see me. I have to work for it. It's this crazy
Yeah.
game you're playing. Let's think about the last boss.
Mm-hmm.
How many times did you not allow him to see you?
Initially, I had given him a lot of chances at see me and etc. Maybe he's
Did
too
you?
busy or yeah, I did.
But I just saw you. You didn't let me.
Yeah.
But him, you did.
Yes. I definitely know that I had done it. And maybe the last manager, I had a really bad experience. I shut down and I get into this freeze mode completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I can go into my head for like 30 seconds, is it okay?
Yeah, of course.
So I have been lately listening to all your podcasts,
Yeah.
especially the master series and the decision making.
Yeah.
So all those examples that you had given, right? One thing I get from those examples is basically I am intellectualizing the things and want to help people. Let's say, for example, any story you mention, I just want to go and tell to my friends or anyone that this is the experience, this is how it works. But when it comes to me, I don't think I'm feeling it.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
here at the level,
Right. You're not feeling me seeing you.
yeah.
You're not feeling right. What do you think that relates to the burnout?
Mm.
So you're not allowing yourself to be seen and you're not feeling it. How do you think that relates to your burnout?
Um, maybe I'm playing, maybe I'm
Yep.
putting forth my
Now
effort.
let's ask your body. Body.
Can you repeat the question?
hmm What does the not feeling, how does not feeling relate to your burnout? Mhm. Oh, come on. Here we wait. Nope. That yep. Body. Put your attention in your feet. What does your body have to say? Yeah, there you go.
It's like whether you're not putting enough or you're not enough.
That's the cause of the burnout. You're not enough. So let's use that mind. Let's put the mind to work in a great way. Prove to me you're not enough. You-
No, I don't have an answer for that.
yeah, you felt that too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So use your mind to deconstruct your mind. That's the best use for your mind right now. And as soon as it does, the emotions be felt.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to compliment you. You're going to tell me what your mind says, and then you're going to deconstruct the mind. Okay? That's the give take. Yeah. I really am enjoying our conversation, and I fucking love the way your mind works.
Thank you so much. No one
Yeah.
had said
Actually letting it in.
yeah.
So normally, if I give you a compliment like this, like we're kind of passive, but normally, and tomorrow this might happen, what would you say? What would your mind say to feel that?
I immediately say something good about you.
Right? You'd say something good about me, and
And yeah,
to yourself, you would say he doesn't even know me. What would you say to dismiss the thought?
I would simply say I haven't proven anything to get this compliment.
Great. Now let's use your mind to deconstruct it.
I don't need to prove to have get a compliment.
Exactly. Look at there you are feeling it again.
Yes.
Right. So what you're doing is you're using this brilliant mind of yours to try to figure out yourself.
Yes.
Pivot that to using that brilliant mind of yours to deconstruct your mind so that you can know yourself.
Like, I can feel a lot of tension getting out of my body.
Yeah.
I can feel a little shakiness.
Yeah.
And one last question I have for you
Yeah.
is basically
Wait, before your question, that
yes,
shakiness, just do me a favor and just say I'm excited 10 times.
I'm really, really excited now. I'm excited now. I'm excited now. I'm really, really excited now.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited now. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Great.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thought is basically uh, I I was compliment that I had worked on myself a lot, understanding and other stuff. So I have great ideas that I can help people and educate people on these aspects,
Yeah.
but I'm not able to like create. I'm able to like consume a lot and work on myself and not able to create
Yeah.
in general anything on my own.
Okay.
Let's say I have been an overachiever and I had aced all the exams and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes to creation aspect,
I
it's
got you.
like procrastination, perfection, and all this.
Yeah. What is it? First of all, what does it matter? So you're a synthesizer instead of a creator. It still benefits
Right.
people. What's the problem?
Uh, I'm not putting forward for the people. It's like I'm writing a book and keeping it to myself.
Okay. Yeah. So for 25 years, I read the book and I kept it to myself. I did personal inner work. I sat in a room for 7 years meditating.
Right.
I didn't share shit.
Okay.
What would you have said to
What is
me?
that?
What would you have said to me if I asked you that question when I was doing that?
I think it's a great work. You need to basically put it out to the world.
Yeah, I am now.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, but I wasn't then.
Great.
dramatic. I'm really proud of that fact.
I
I'm proud of
think
that fact because if I was doing this 15 years ago, I would have taken it personally. I would have thought I was special.
Yeah.
I would have gotten lost in the attention and the adoration rather than seeing this for what it is, or more clearly for what it is.
I can literally feel from the gut and the whole body the energy breathing.
You're feeling.
Yeah, maybe all these years I didn't sit down.
You were feeling the
Oh
whole
my God.
time. You were just pushing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy that. Enjoy. It's so lovely.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
And Joe, I just want to call out, we're at 9:49 right now, so we only have 10 minutes left in our scheduled call time.
I'm going late. I'm going to keep going.
Okay, that is just fine with me. I am happy to hear it.
Okay. I am going I'm going rogue. I'm going rogue. I'm going to the person. Where are you? I'm going to oh wait. Oh, I'm going to Tanya Williams. Hey, Tanya Williams. She's on the last page, Sarah, at least on my last page.
Tanya, if you can unmute and start speaking, that will help you bubble up to the top of my screen.
Okay, I have unmuted. Hello.
I have more than one Tanya.
There's a Sonia and a Tanya. I'm Sonia. Okay, I'll unmute.
Here you are, Tanya. All right. Got you, and I'll have Joe join you in just a moment.
Hey, Tanya, where are you? Where are you hanging out right now?
I'm in Kitchener, Waterloo, Canada.
Oh wow,
Near
Waterloo.
Toronto.
My brother-in-law lived in Waterloo, grew up in Waterloo.
There you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And his parents taught at the university there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Crazy. So what's going on?
It's beating really fast. What did myself view?
Okay.
Oh, doesn't work. Okay.
Okay. What's going on?
Well, I observing a pattern in myself of which really came up strongly this morning of feeling like I feel a lot of pressure. I put a lot of pressure on myself. And then I rebel against it. So I have like these
Yeah.
two patterns.
It's pretty human.
Yeah.
Tell a 2-year-old what to do. They say no. It's like it's this natural thing. So what's the question?
How do I stop?
How do
how do I get
Okay.
out of that bind?
I want to like share with you how my mind works. Here's how my mind works. My problem is that I put pressure on myself and I rebel against myself. So how do I put pressure on myself to stop putting pressure on myself to rebel against myself? That's what I hear.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you think that's going to work?
It's not really.
not.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah. Then what's the solution? If you're pushing against a wall, How do you stop?
Let go. Stop.
Yeah. But how do you let go without forcing yourself to let go?
Mm.
Well, look at you.
Soften.
Yeah. And what do you have to feel when you soften?
Well, I feel some sadness.
Yeah. How much of this game is just to avoid the sadness?
Yeah, I feel like there's some fear that just came up around that I'll just like feel sad. I'll just won't stop feeling sad.
That's what our mind does with sadness generally. If I allow myself to be sad, I'll be sad forever. If I allow myself to be angry, I'll destroy what I love. If I allow myself to be scared, I'll become incapable. You ever cried?
Well, I did this morning.
How did you feel at the end of it?
Release, and yeah, and I actually listened to your emotional inquiry thing, and that was what I did. Yeah, I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling
Yeah.
release.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah. How does it feel to have um put pressure on yourself for what is it now, 30 something years?
Um, well, there's sadness because of I feel like I've gotten in the way, or it's gotten in the way.
In the way of what?
Um, relationships and
No, like
grades.
show me right now what it's gotten in the way of. Like if there's no pressure, what comes out?
Just yeah, I'm seeing you. Here, I'm aware there's a couple people on the call I know, 3 at least.
Yeah.
I feel aware of them.
So it's gotten in the way of your awareness? Let's go all the way to the awareness for a minute. Take all of your attention into awareness.
My body feels vibrating. Like a primal.
Yeah. You're welcome to.
Yeah. Love.
Yeah. All this pressure has gotten in the way of your love and your awareness.
Mm. Yeah, I just feel like this self-consciousness comes in.
Yeah. So we're gonna let that self-consciousness be there. I want you to turn that love towards the self-consciousness. So feel the love that you have for all these people, and then just turn it towards the self-consciousness.
Afraid that I'll just be nothing.
You are nothing.
Afraid you say that with them. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'm in a process of getting it, actually. I think it's
yeah. Don't get it. Ask your awareness what you are. Go to the awareness for a minute. That thing that's just aware of all of this. It's a lot, isn't it? Do you feel how big that shit is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wants to be something. I'm just afraid people won't love me.
Yeah. Let's see if that matters. Let's see if people loving you matter in your heart and in your awareness. So the idea is that the pushing has gotten you out of your awareness, out of your heart, out of your love. And so now we're in our heart. You're in your heart. I'll be in my heart with you. I'll be in my awareness with you. Yeah. And so right now, somebody on the call is judging you, and somebody on the call is loving you. And if we're lucky, it's both people you know, but probably not. And if you're in your awareness and in your heart, what matters? See what matters.
Never judge someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably just
Yeah. This is what you're pushing down with the game that you play. Pressure, resist. Also, you don't have to feel this overwhelming love and awareness. Yeah. And in that moment, you stopped resisting it and you just filled the space.
yeah, I could feel the little bit in my body kind of expanding.
Yeah.
And I can feel myself sweating.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Where are we going? Where are we going? Wow, this is so cool. I'm gonna go for Peter Gustafsson.
Hey, Dylan. That was really funny. I was just at that moment releasing any requirement to speak with you. I just found you a week ago, and
Oh wow,
here I am, and I knew I would speak to you this time, so this is fun.
cool.
I'm.
What's your?
My question is, I'm trying to figure out my money blocks, and I've got a lot of clues. I've done a lot of different therapies, done a lot of things. I got more clues on this call, and
Peter, where are you right now? What location are you? Switzerland. Cool.
Yeah.
I spent my
Actually, one of
summers
the
in
reasons
Switzerland.
I came here was to get more comfortable with money.
Oh, cool. That's an interesting thing. I moved to Switzerland, which takes money to get more comfortable with money.
Exactly. And yeah, it's a bit stressful at the same time, but I try to just let it go and
Okay, so tell
see
me
every day.
what the question is direct, like in one sentence. What's the question?
Why is the money flow blocked? Why is the money flowing to me blocked? I don't know. Am I
It
doing it?
clearly isn't.
Not. It's like,
Is that a computer you're using to talk to me?
Yes.
Did you buy it?
No.
How did you get the computer?
I bought my phone, to be fair. So yeah, I did. Person I was working with bought it so I could work.
Okay. Yeah. And this house that you're in, are you paying rent?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes.
you used money to get to Switzerland, yeah?
Yes. It feels like
So-
it's all just
so-
enough. Like I'm always in debt. I can never get over zero. That's one thing I realized recently. Everything
Hold on.
over
No. The
zero.
question was, how is the money blocked? The answer is it's not. The money flow to you is not blocked.
Okay.
So
Why am I still in debt? After
there's a
paying?
good question. Yeah, that's a great
It's like when
question.
a lot of
Well, that's why you're in debt. Cool. Now you've answered that question. What's the next question?
why is it when I try to get clients, I try to build my business,
hmm
it just doesn't get traction. It doesn't work. And I feel like
So you're
I'm
asking me the
resisting
same
it.
question in multiple ways
Yeah.
because you've
Yeah.
had a client. You
Yeah.
just haven't had enough. You have money, but when you have enough, you spend it. I don't have blockage. I do have blockage. What's the question? You've been asking this question for years. You have all these clues. You've been spending money on these clues,
Yeah.
right? So
Exactly.
I'm spending money on clues to find out why I don't have money to spend.
Yes.
Like there's this whole weirdness and so potentially the whole issue is you've been asking the wrong question. So take a moment and tell me what the question is.
How do I make money doing what I really want to do, what I love?
Okay, so now just replace that with life. Replace the word money with life.
How do I make life doing what I love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. What's the difference between money and life?
Money gives opportunities for life. Money gives freedom. But
Life.
it's freedom.
Yeah. Life is freedom. That's my experience.
Yes. Money equals freedom.
Life equals freedom.
Life equals freedom.
Go like this. Go like this. That's freedom. You have freedom to do this or this or this. This.
Yes.
Freedom is a birthright. So what's the difference between life and money?
Money is the confirmation from others that I can have freedom.
Aha. That's the issue.
Oh.
You are
Yeah.
using money as some version of
Yeah.
confirmation.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. I was never allowed
the
to.
confirmation of others is blocked. Why can't I do what I love and get the confirmation of others? This is the question you're asking.
Wow. Okay. Why can't I do what I want and get the confirmation of others? Yes, that's it. That's it. I searched that in other ways to get the confirmation from others about my projects, my ideas.
You'll never get it. What would make anybody want to confirm that?
Yeah, it's a codependency.
Yeah. So like let that in for a minute. You're never going to get the confirmation from others that you're seeking.
No.
Nobody ever has. Right
In a way,
now,
I've no-
I'm on a call with whatever it was, 500 and something people. I could consider this confirmation. There's another 500 who think that I'm an asshole, or think that I'm inappropriate, or think that I swear too much, or I'm never going to get the confirmation of others. It never comes. It's not how humans work.
It's like if I don't, then they don't want to work with me. They don't want to give me money. They don't want to do something with me.
Yeah. So no assholes make a living, apparently.
Say again the internet.
I said no assholes make a living, apparently. I don't know how some hedge fund managers do it then.
Means there's always someone who wants to work with you.
There's also lots of ways to make money without needing people to work with you. Not
There's a lot
they're
of
just
self.
no, there's the old pattern. That's the old thought process.
Trying to find something externally.
The question is, what makes you look for confirmation from others when you can never get it?
What makes me look for confirmation from others when I can never get it? Because I'm not good enough to do it anything myself.
Because therefore, what I heard was because I can't confirm myself.
I can't confirm myself. Yeah, I don't trust myself.
Every question that you ask is, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
You will turn any question into some version of what's wrong with me. So of course you're looking for outside confirmation. You're not getting it from yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you find one thing to confirm about yourself? One thing that you can say is pretty fucking awesome about you?
I moved to Switzerland with no money and got the job.
Completely antithetical to every question that you've asked me so far.
There was a lot of stress involved.
Yeah. Yeah, stress is involved. That's what happens in life.
Something you said at the beginning of the call really
So wait,
struck.
see, even that, hold on a second, even that, there's a lot of stress involved. I have a lot of capacity to handle stress. Everything. You're seeing everything through this lens.
Everything through the lens that I'm not
good enough.
Good enough.
Everything.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So do me a favor. Close your eyes for a minute. Listen to your thoughts. Every time your thought says something that is derogatory, mean, self-defeating, I want you to say ouch. Keep your eyes closed. I just want you to say ouch every time you hear it. Out loud.
Mm-hmm. I'm not getting any mean or derogatory thoughts.
Oh, tell me what your thoughts are when they come.
That I'll never find a way out of this money block.
That's ouch.
Ouch.
I said, yeah, that's an ouch.
Ouch.
There we go.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So Peter, that's what you're looking to get out of. That's the thing that you think if you have confirmation, this will stop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
Will it
stop.
ever? It does. There's no way to stop it.
Oh, That's a slightly odd question, but the way you're looking for it isn't going to make that work.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Stopping it, if you're trying to stop it, it doesn't stop. But if you react to it differently, it changes.
Okay.
Right now, it tells you you're never going to get out of it, and you believe it. So if you believe everything it says, it continues. Why would it not? Think about it like it's a politician. And if the population believes in it, it just keeps going. And at some point, the population stops believing in it. It stops going.
Momentum. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you want to react to that?
The negative self-talk. How do I
You're
want
never
to
going to
react?
get out of this. Yeah. What's the reaction you want to have?
I'm going to get that. I am going to get out of it. I am going to, in a positive term, I would say that I am going to find out what I want and do it and have the freedom that I want. That I am going to have the freedom that I want.
Great.
Eventually. Ouch.
Yeah.
It's helpful if you just start.
Yes.
Everything now. Ouch. Ouch.
Yes. Yeah. Really helpful.
Okay.
Also, good ones are things like, I see that you're scared and I'm right here with you.
Yeah. I seen a video you did recently, like that kind of self-talk when I beat myself up not doing enough, and
yeah,
it's sort of just giving myself the permission to just let it be.
Also, I wonder if that's true. That's a good one.
Yeah.
How true is that?
Is it true?
Or there's 1,000 of them. Experiment, play.
Stop worrying if it's even ever going to happen, and just
understand it.
Understand it.
Understand it. Like, give it the love and compassion that you want. I'll show you. Close your eyes. Let it do its thing. And see what it's like just to give it love and compassion. Another word for this.
To give that part of me that is the negative self-talk or the scare that it will never happen, to give it compassion.
Yeah. Love, compassion, yeah. Tell me when you feel that love for it.
I feel a sympathy. I feel an understanding, or grasping for the right word. Feel kind of like an understanding.
Yeah.
Like when you see someone suffering and you're just like, oh, okay, it's okay. I'll be with you.
Yeah. Now, do you want that or do you want money? If you had to spend your life with the amount of money you have now, but that deep understanding and compassion for that part of yourself, or you had all the money in the world that you wanted, answer honestly, but all of that, no compassion, you were still in that mind fuck. What would you want?
Yeah, of course, the previous, but can't I have both?
Of course, you can have both. You've just been doing the order of operations a little weird.
Okay. What can you expand on?
Yeah,
what
if you look at like as two dominoes, you can make the money, and then you can do the self-understanding is less efficient than do the self-love and compassion, and then the money is easier. And the good news is the self-love and compassion doesn't take but a couple of days.
When I do the self-love and compassion, freedom comes easier.
freedom is recognized easier. Freedom's already here.
It's recognized easier.
Do you feel when you were in that place, when you were in that place of love and compassion, how free did you feel?
It wasn't even on the radar.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're telling yourself you're never going to get there, how free do you feel?
No, totally like in chains.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was magical that I'm here with you now.
Good to be with you. Apparently, for somebody who can't manifest money, you can manifest a lot of other shit, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I know it's all bullshit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll let you know.
We're at about 10:20, just under.
Okay. I have time for one more. I'm going to do
All
one
right,
more.
we'll do one more.
Are we not like even telling people about the connection course or anything like that? We're just doing this for shits and giggles, Sarah?
Well, I've got a follow-up email
Okay.
To send out, but I thought I would give as much time possible to
The connection course rocks, people. You should come. It's awesome.
The connection course.
Actually, anybody who has done the connection course who can vouch that it rocks, could you please put it so you know this isn't just a sales pitch? Yeah.
In the chat is what
In
he
the chat.
put it
Yeah,
in the chat. And we are still collecting folks on a wait list for the masterclass. So if anyone missed that boat, you can still get on the wait list. So if any spots open between now and kickoff, which is 1 week from today, we can capture your information and make sure to reach out if that's possible.
All right. Let's do Mary Hollis. Hi, Mary Hollis. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'm so excited. Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, good. I'm so excited. I knew you'd pick me.
What's going on, Mary? What do we want to talk about?
So I guess the biggest question I wrote down was my whole life I've been creating as an artist, but I've never really done it professionally on purpose. I do it because I
You do
love
it accidentally?
I do. It's all accident. Things just happen. I'm sitting in my studio right now, and I love it. It's my safe space in my dream studio, which I generally now walk in and just wave at the things that I've been wanting to do and sit down and read a book and I've gleaned so much from all the other people. I've taken so many notes. One of the things that was the first girl, Aida.
Wait, what's the question?
Is why don't I let myself enjoy creating?
That's a great question.
It's why I even have notes that say, hey, come on up here and have some fun, or let's play. And I just don't. There's always something else I need.
Then if you're not enjoying it, what matters if you do it?
I do enjoy it when I finally get into it. It's like a form of almost, I leave my body, I'm meditating.
Oh, cool. What makes you not want to leave your body?
I don't know, other than.
You had to guess. What makes it that you don't want to go into flow space?
Part of it, years ago, I was an escape from my reality, and I would get lost and didn't want to come back. And my reality is much better now. I'm happy, everything's safe. And I love that reality. I'm really not sure. I've created a reality. I'm very confused.
I used to do art as a way to escape reality.
Mm-hmm.
Now my reality is good, so I don't escape reality. I'm scared to escape reality with art because I don't want to leave it.
Right.
What is the problem? It doesn't sound like there's a problem right now. Right now, it sounds like I've got a really good reality, and art used to be an escape, and now I don't need an escape.
I do love to create, and I love to make things. Most all of my friends are artists, and I I don't know. I feel like, okay, here it is.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, quote unquote. I should be creating because that's my purpose in life. And I feel like I'm missing it. I'm afraid I'm going to miss it and I'm going to die like, oh, you missed it.
Great.
You should have done more.
Let's assume for a second that you never create again for the rest of your life. You never do another piece of art ever again, ever. Ever. Then what's your purpose?
Well, I actually woke up from a dream the other night that said your purpose is to love and be loved. And I'm like, that's too easy. That's there's not enough stress involved in that. And I know that's hilarious, but my purpose is just to experience life and to be here and to
What's the
love and be
difference?
loved.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's the difference between experiencing life and love and being loved?
Well, I could experience it in many different ways. My choice is to experience the beauty and
You're in your head a lot for an artist.
I'm always in my head.
Yeah. How is
It's
that?
like it's a circus up there.
Yeah. But I'm assuming that when you're in your art, you're not in your head.
Right.
Cool. Okay, so how do you make this moment art? Nope, not like that.
I'm feeling.
Nope, not like that.
No.
How
How
do
do I
you
make this moment art?
art? You're doing art right now. You somehow think that there's a difference between doing art and living.
I've separated the two. I've
Yeah,
get my studio and make things.
yeah. Like let's say fuck that for a minute.
Oh, I'd love to say fuck it.
So right now, this is art.
This is art, creating life. I guess it doesn't feel important.
It isn't. That's the best thing about art is it's not important.
It's true. One of my teachers said, doesn't matter, it's just art. And it just crushed me. It's like,
Is that when you stopped working on art?
no,
Okay,
actually
that's
I
it.
worked for him for 15 years.
Yeah. So right now, this is art. When you go home, it's art. When you go up to your thing and you say hi to all your art pieces and you read a book, it's art. How is it not art? How is anything that you've ever done in your entire life not art?
All about creating in every moment.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it's enough.
It isn't. It's not important and it's not enough.
That's
What makes that suck? That's freedom. That's
it
awesome.
is freedom. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to make it harder than it is.
Well, that's an interesting piece of art you're making.
Yeah, I got a lot of that around.
Yeah.
Sell it. It's hard. I make things really hard.
Yeah. So that's the art you want to make.
No.
Oh, then what makes you make it? Like right now, you're doing it. You're making a piece of art hard. This is our art. We're having it. We're doing this art piece together, you and I. And you're making it hard. I'm making it hard.
Yeah, I don't want it to be hard. I want it to be fun and happy and beautiful.
Hear that you say it, but I don't hear you actually wanting it. Because if you wanted it, like it would be easy and fun and beautiful right now. Which it is for me, anyways. For you, it's hard.
I know what your tag is, FU Joe. I got that the first video. Oh, I cried for 3 days.
So right now we're making art. We want to make. What's the art you want to make with me right now?
No.
Okay, well then,
Fun. I want to have a good time. I want to play. I want to play.
great.
To be a playground. It is sometimes. I'm not sure what gets in there that twists it and makes it hard. I'm not really sure.
It's right now. We're just doing the art now. You do art in the, like, if you were having meetings, we're doing art, how would your art come out?
That's why it's all sitting over there.
That's
Not getting done.
That's why it's all sitting over there and being done.
Yeah.
You don't have to get anywhere. It's not important. And it's never going to be enough. This right now, you're not going to get anywhere. It's not important. This is right now, it's not important. You're not going to get anywhere. It's never going to be enough. You're still trying to get somewhere. Trying to figure it out.
A lot of whys.
Yeah. That's where you go when you do art. I just saw you do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might get lost here.
Like that, actually. It's time. I like to get lost, actually.
Yeah. I'm in there. I'm in there.
Gotta get rid of that button.
Yeah, so let's do a quick trick on that. So what's really sweet about you is that you see that, but let's bring the elevator all the way down. All the way down. Nope, past there, all the way down. I'm trying to figure it out. Just feel all the way down. Look at that. Immediately you went to that place where you make art.
It's the source.
Yeah. Your movement is to try to get out of here instead of to go there. And there is always there. So you don't even have to go. You just have to recognize. So let's do that again. Recognize there. Don't think. Just yeah. Okay, great. And then all the way down. How do you not create art from here? Do me a favor, turn from keeping that consciousness, turn to the piece of art wherever it is that like has been the longest sitting there that you haven't done, but you want to do, but you haven't done it and you're telling yourself to do.
It's right there.
Oh, look at it. Oh, you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. I know it. It's in here. It's been there for 15 years.
Okay, go all the way down. No, look at it.
Oh,
look at it.
I do it on my screen.
Yeah, look at it. Go all the way down.
It's been talking to me.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be motivated. You don't have to try to get anywhere. Just go all the way down and be with it. I saw that little creative spark. Yeah.
She will be done. She's come back to life.
Yeah.
It's been there.
Yeah, of course.
I just stay up here. What is there a trick to? I mean,
how is that not a trick that you just learned?
it is a trick. I just electric shock.
No. You're just making it more complicated than
I am. I do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll remember source, and I don't matter. Nothing matters.
Don't try to hold on to this thing. Art isn't something you can hold on to. You're trying to hold on. Yeah, there you go. There it is again.
Well, that was easy. F you, Joe Hudson.
Sure.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody. I wish I could.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us and being on this call with us here today. I will be sending out a follow-up email with some of the resources and information that Joe mentioned. Really a pleasure to be with all of you. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to unmute and say goodbye, it's lovely to hear all your voices.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Всем пока.
Hi, everyone.